Okay, so is this thing on? It says this thing is on. I'll assume that it is. Okay. For the record, I have never used one of these before. Yes, I have. I haven't used one of these things in like 6 years. So if it doesn't work, then, well, I'll learn that in due time. I am going to, what am I doing? I'm going to do a game dev stream today. Okay, so is this thing on? Okay, I hear myself talking. I need to mute that because that is actually very annoying. And I don't know if it's going to cause issues. Come on, Game Maker. It's almost there. Alright, there it goes. Let's see, what am I doing today? I have a lot of, okay, that's not that many code windows open. I'm going to work on integrating tiled map editor with this thing today, and probably the next couple days, because I only have like 40 minutes before I have to leave, which I did not plan and is unfortunate. Let's see. Okay, it looks like I left a note. Okay, I left something unfinished last night, and I'm gonna have to not deal with that right now. For the time being, I'm gonna run this just to see what it does. This 3DS that I'm using as a camera is balanced rather precariously on top of a lot of other things, and it's slightly in the way, and I hope that doesn't cause problems. Okay. OBS is telling me that there is some kind of encoding error happening, which I absolutely love. I wish it wouldn't do that. I probably should have messed with my settings before I try to do this today. Okay, this is taking a long time to run, conveniently enough. By that I mean not at all. This new YouTube stream control panel is really nice. Haven't seen it in like a long time, and they've changed a lot of things since the last time I looked at it, and it's really nice now. Okay. That's more or less what I was working on last time. I don't really want to deal with it right now. Let me close everything in this workspace. Okay. There's a lot of glare coming from the window, I'm aware. Huh. I would like to be able to import maps from this thing into the game, and I'm gonna work on how to do that. Alright, so firstly, before I do anything that's actually like requires taxing my brain, I'm going to just think about what it's going to be like to actually do that, like for the user. Hair. I have a lot of hair. Don't take that out of context. I have a feeling a lot of the next 40 minutes is going to involve waiting on Game Maker. This YouTube streaming dashboard is very nice, seriously. It was not this nice the last time I was here. Okay, map stuff. And this is gonna take a minute to open. Okay. I thought I had content in here. Anyway, do that for now. My test file is just a bunch of internal screaming and external screaming. I should probably, if I want to actually be able to see... No? Okay, I was going to say, can I open the YouTube chat in another window in case someone decides to talk, but it's not going to let me do that. That's nice. I guess we'll have to do this the hard way. I'm going to... I can use this as my test thing right now. Okay. This is going to involve another button. Right there. And then when you click it, something's going to happen. And what that is... Okay, we'll start with that. I might want to point the microphone slightly more towards me than it is. Okay. And we're going to be waiting for Game Maker again. This 3DS camera is really not pointed at me, is it? That is going to fall off my desk if I so much as... Come on. I don't want to get the window in it either. I mean, there's not really anywhere else I can place it without it getting in the way. I am not a fan of Facecam. I just thought I'd try it out and see if I like it. Alright, so that button's there. That's okay. I spent 10 minutes just trying to do that just now. Why is it complaining about that? Oh, that's not a semicolon. I'm gonna make this bigger. That might be easier to read. Oh, Ratchet. Awesome, we're off to a great start. YouTube has hidden your comment for review. I think that is... There is nothing wrong with that comment, YouTube. Let the guy swear at file formats, because what else would he do at a file format? Okay. I will have to keep an eye on if YouTube auto-hides comments from me. Let's see. Where were we? Alright, I should probably... What is this? This is the test file that my friend and I were using not too long ago. It's a couple trees and such like that. I don't... A while ago, I was looking at how tiled JSON files are stored, and I probably should have done a little bit of research on that before starting this. Let's see. File format bull doo doo. Yes, Ratchet, you have to sanitize your YouTube comments as if your angry third grade teacher was staring over your shoulder and going to put you in detention if you said anything too naughty. What a world. Okay. I don't actually have YouTube chat on the stream video, do I? Does that even matter right now? Because I suddenly have to leave in like a half an hour to go do IRL stuff, which was not part of the plans about an hour ago, but that's how it ended up happening. First I need to yeah, that's gonna open a file finder. I have too many folders in here. I'm just gonna copy this into the main Game Maker folder so I don't have to hunt for it later. God, what was I doing 2 minutes ago? Okay. So, to do this, that's local storage. To do this, I'm going to have to have a little think about how this works. Can I zoom in on this too? I can. I'll make the video a tiny bit easier to read. YouTube saved chat logs. Oh no. Now your angry third grade teacher actually might find your naughty language, Ratchet. We can't have that. How do I even joke about this? Game Maker can parse JSON, which makes pretty much everything that I'm going to be doing now a lot easier. But I still need to know what's inside the JSON. I know if I go on the tile documentation, I can find like a list of the values that it stores, but can I store this? Can I save the tile set as JSON also? I'm not going to worry about that for now. That's like my life motto at this point, is that I'm not going to worry about it for now, which is not a good life motto to have. Oh god, I was thinking about preparing for this like last night, and then now that I'm actually here trying to figure out what I'm doing, I am drawing a blank. Converting 2D to 3D. You see, yes and no at the same time, because I'll show you when the editor pops up again. Oh, come on. That's right. Don't try and write code at the same time as running your project. Otherwise, that will happen. Ratchet, I'll answer that question in like 2 seconds, I swear. So if I look at this is here. It can do both. Why I decided I was going to do that, I have no idea. So to answer your question, whichever, 2D or 3D. Okay. How do I get the string out of a file? Ah, typing. Buffer load. Going to make sure it exists first in case you like hit the cancel button or type in a file name that doesn't exist. What would it be? Actually, would it be string or text? Because I don't think it's null terminated. Let's go with text. Okay, these are the least helpful variable names you have ever seen in your entire life, but we'll be going with it for now. Okay, the JSON has been loaded. There's a couple things, like height and width and obviously the list of layers. I'm going to hide the list of layers for now. That makes it much easier because I can hide stuff in Notepad++. These are not important, except to tiled itself, because that determines how it assigns IDs to things. Orthogonal, I'm going to probably not worry about isometric maps, because render order I don't care about. You can't leave comments in a JSON file, can you? You can't do like, I know in any files you can put, why has Notepad, thank you. Why has Notepad++ frozen on me? That never happens. In any files you can use a semicolon and this will be a comment, but it doesn't look like you can do that in JSON. Okay. All right, firstly, there's the layer list. And I'll worry about extracting stuff from that later. Next, there's the height and the width, which I'd like to be aware of. JSON does not have comment support. Thank you, JSON. JSON is very nice, except for when it isn't, such as when you try and use comments and stuff. Where was I going with that? The height and the width. Oops. No, I don't want tiled currently. The render order, the version, the tile height, and tile width. That's also not a concern for me, I don't think. Type is map. I should probably check that just to make sure you don't import a JSON file that isn't a tiled map. Alright. What was it? Type? Type. Okay, so that's just a bit of a failsafe. The version I don't care about. Width and height we've already established. After that, it's just the tile set. Okay. Which is itself a list of objects. And then... really wish you could do for each in Game Maker in situations like this. Okay. With or without the for each. Yeah, this is where JSON starts getting messy in Game Maker. What if the user tried to load a blank JSON? That's what this is here for. If it doesn't have a key that's called type, and if the type doesn't equal map, it'll just ignore it. Now, that doesn't guarantee that everything else is formatted the way you want, which is... I mean, you could try and validate every piece of data that you read out, but I really kind of don't feel like doing that because that sounds like an insane amount of work. But this should catch most cases of loading an invalid JSON file. Unless the user gets really unlucky or tries to break the system on purpose. Alright, what was I looking at? There's the first ID. I don't think I need to worry about the first ID. And then there's the source file. And I've already forgotten what the key was called. Okay, it's just source. That was easy. Okay, before I get too far in over my head, it'll be possible to hack together a for each in the function update. You can do that now. What is it? What I think it's... I've done that for some other things. This is essentially a for each script that I've written, and it goes over every entity in the current map, and it operates something on them. It's usually for deleting them, but you could do other things if you wanted to. So it's possible to kind of engineer your own for each, but there's nothing built in and it's a huge pain. And it would probably make the code even more spaghetti than just using a regular old for loop at this current stage. I know what you're talking about. The GML update should make it so that you can pass a callback function to instead of having to make a script. And you don't have to have code floating all over the place in like a million different scripts. And that'll be better, but I still think it will be aggravating, but less aggravating than it could be to just do this. It has been talk about making data structures their own data types, which would likely allow for things such as like automatic for each loops, but I don't believe that's gone anywhere yet. What was I going to do? For now, I'll just go and print out the tileset file name, just to make sure that I'm not doing anything horrifically wrong. Okay, I have indeed forgotten an accessor. Okay, oops. And there should not be the space there because that will just be an undefined key. It's already 3 o'clock and I need to go in like 15 minutes. I wonder how much of that has been spent waiting for GameMaker to, like, save and compile. And also how much of that has been me trying to, like, figure out how to use OBS for streaming for the first time in a long time. Okay. One of these days, GameMaker. You know what might help? I'm logged into 2 user accounts on this computer for reasons that are complicated and annoying and probably unnecessary. And I wonder if I were to log out of the one that I'm not using right now, if that would help. It probably would, right? Okay, anyway, dragger_test2.json. Did that actually do anything? It did not print anything out, which means that something in here is already wrong. Ratchet's guessing 30%, and I'm not going to actually go and check because that sounds like a huge pain. I didn't misspell anything anywhere, did I? Tile sets. That's spelled correctly. And then it's a list of objects. And then the key is called source in tile set data, right? Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm smart. We're checking that the type is equal to map and not that it's not equal to map. Yeah. I'm in a formal logic class right now, and it's so far basically all stuff like those logical operators, and I've been doing this for how many years, and I still can't get it right. Okay. Computers are easy. They do exactly what you tell them to. OBS, stop complaining. It's not saying I've dropped any frames. It just says that it's encoding badly or having encoding problems or something. I wonder if there's just a sudden like drop in video quality and not actual loss of frames. Okay. All right, there we go. Yes. That helps. I should probably git commit this one of these days. Now Git is taking forever on me. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's... Unless I want to make sure that it doesn't fail for whatever reason, I don't need to wait for that. Okay. So now that we're doing this, I should probably make a map using the tile set that I've already got. Actually, you know, I have to go in 15 minutes, so I'm not going to do anything that'll take too long. I'll put together another one before I stream next time, which I would like to do more often. Because since when do I want to pass up an opportunity to run my mouth about code? What else is there in the JSON file? Properties. Okay. I do want to make use of this. These are... Tiled lets you attach optional values to objects in the map and stuff. I would like to... where do I go to like view the properties of the map itself? Here it is. I'm just going to use this as a way to like track maps, so that if you were to reload one, if you were to try to re-import one, it wouldn't have to recreate everything. Let's see. Am I ending the stream in 15 minutes? Something like that. I need to go take care of some IRL stuff, like I said earlier, that I did not foresee coming about an hour ago. Let's see. Oops. Let's make this actually a helpful variable name. That's not that much more helpful. Okay, so there could theoretically be more map properties in the future. Will I do a full series on how to make an optimized minimum viable product FPS third-person system with verticality using 2D sprites like GameMaker 1, 2? Possibly. I'm trying to think if I know for a fact that anybody else has done that in GameMaker. I know there's a number of other people who do 3D stuff in GameMaker. Probably there's someone who's done that has made a tutorial series like that. I don't know them off the top of my head. I've thought about it, but that's I'm very lazy. In case the fact that why did I do that? In case the fact that I've made like one GameMaker video in the last year is any indication, I'd honestly like to. I just haven't. What was I doing just now? Oh right, properties. How does this go? It goes name, type, and value. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna do this the hard way. I don't think I need the type, but I'll just I'll store it to a variable anyway, and that was it, right? Name, type, and value. Okay. Gaming engineer has a third person, but I don't know if it has collisions. 3D collisions in GameMaker are kind of a weird place. There have been collision systems that people have made in the past. P3DC is fairly common. There's another one that I like to use, which kind of doesn't have a name, and I don't actually think it's listed on the internet anymore, so that's not really useful. More recently, and by more recently I mean like 3 years ago now, this dude named the Snyder made a 3D collision system which looks really good, but I have yet to check out. I'm trying to think. I played with it a little bit for like 5 minutes one day a couple of years ago. I'm trying to think if there's any. Yeah, that's something I need to look at eventually. A video that addresses diagonal terrain collision in a 3D environment. So back when I was doing the Pokemon thing that I assume is what you're talking about, it wasn't. I was using something like that, but it wasn't even working properly. There were certain situations that, like if the ground was to be at a certain angle or have certain things on it for you to get stuck on, that the whole thing would just break. And I never did it properly in the sense that, like the game would account for that and do the math correctly and not make very strange things happen. I kind of just ended up trying to not design locations where that would happen, which is, yeah. Collision checking a response. I assume both is what the questioner was asking. Collision checking isn't so bad. It's the response. It's what to do with the collision information that things start to get messy. Anyway, yeah. What was it? There are better ways to do this than a giant, big ol' if-else or maybe switch tree, but for now, there we go. All right, I'll just make sure that this is that I'll just make sure that this is working correctly before I do anything else. I really wish it wouldn't take GameMaker so long to build the game every time I hit F5. I don't know if that's because I'm streaming or not, and my CPU is busy doing other things currently, which is sometimes the case. Okay, good. I am not going completely mad. Let's see. I'm going to initialize map ID to -1, and possibly and probably not take care of that later. Okay, now I can go and look at the actual layers, which is going to be another list of objects, I see. And why is there a sub list of object called layers in there? Do I have a Discord? I'm gonna write that down because I'm probably not going to remember if I don't have it screaming at me later. Okay, I will try to remember to contact you later. Where was I? Okay, layers. And then, all right, this is another list. Okay. Inside the layer, there's the ID. Don't know if I need that or not. There's the name. Let's see what this would correspond to. What order are these in for one? The order shouldn't matter, but we'll see. Oh, I see. It has a sub list of layers because this is a folder. Okay. And apparently, oh, is X and Y on the layer the horizontal and vertical offset or something? That might be it. Come on, GameMaker. Don't freeze on me. This is actually kind of annoying. I know why it does this, and I've submitted a bug report, but it's still annoying. I hope they fix it. When you duplicate resources, it keeps a reference to the old resource even after you rename it to something else. And so when that no longer exists and the game tries to, and GameMaker tries to like locate it, it can't. And then there's a momentary freeze when it logs a big long error message saying file not found. Okay, come on, no, seriously. I've got 5 minutes, GameMaker. You've got 5 minutes to unfreeze. And it responded by giving me the spinning icon, which is basically the Windows 10 version of the finger. All right, really? Am I gonna have to restart you? Do I have time to restart you? Thank you, okay. Why? That's interesting. Okay, so since these layers can be recursive, I might throw this in a different script. I'll probably throw this all in a different script and just have the mouse up script fire off the command to do it, but I'll worry about organization later. Oh my god, is this really how we're gonna end the stream? What are... GameMaker. There we go, okay. We are here, right? Good. So what was that? Seriously? Why? It froze again. I love it when this happens. Okay, OBS isn't using that much of my CPU. Yes, I know it's not responding. Thank you, Windows. Okay, it might be time to hard kill this. This is actually very annoying. I've got 2 minutes. I'd like to wrap it up in 2 minutes. If you posted a link, it didn't go through. Yes, very much, Ratchet. Okay, Quinn Stein, if you posted a link, it didn't go through. I will, when I get home later, I will, hopefully remember to throw a message your way on Discord, and we can talk about code and stuff then. Okay, I pretty much don't have any time to actually do anything. I just want to see if I can, to make sure it's saved okay, 1 and 2. Did it not save the workspace? It didn't save the workspace. This is all the stuff I had open before. I really do want to make sure that nothing got corrupted or anything. Which has been known to happen. Usually not like this, though. Oh, that's the video ID. Okay, I will... might as well copy that down as well. I have too many sticky notes on this desktop, as you can see. Okay, so at least nothing was lost. At least I remember to save before it crashed. Okay, so I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna stop now because I need to go do IRL stuff. I'm gonna try and stream game dev programming stuff more often. I do find it more tolerable than streaming just video games. Let's see, that sounds terrible. Okay, I think it's more fun to stream game dev stuff than just video games. But to everyone who's here, Quinstein, Ratchet, and anyone who's here who just didn't feel like saying anything, thanks for dropping by. I will try to do this again at some point within like the next never, and yeah, have a nice day, I guess. What do you even say when you end a stream? I can't even remember what I say when I end regular videos now. This is stupid.